Okay, so now let's look at balancing a side parting. So I'm going to take the side parting, and let's look at what it looks like if you cut it evenly across the top and you wear this side parting. So I'll work from here. Let's get to the same length. Okay, so my fingers are at the same spot, right? Almost. Now they are. So if I cut this evenly through the top, look what happens. This side sits all the way down here. This side sits all the way up here. That's because this side travels further over the head than this side does. So cutting it even doesn't work if you wear a side parting. If you wear a middle parting, it doesn't mean that you can flip-flop. It's only balanced to that center part. So here's what needs to happen. All right, come on in there and I'll show you. If this is the middle, right there, then that distance is how much longer this side needs to be than that side, because that's how much further it has to travel. This is the symmetrical middle of the head. That's where the balance comes from. So you can see that this goes way over the middle. So I have to make this side that much shorter, or I have to make this side that much longer than this side. So that's what we're going to do. How do we do that? What it means is I'm going to use way more over direction on one side than I am the other. So to start the haircut off, I'm going to use maximum over direction and I'm going to do the heavier side. Now, when we did the crown area, that's where we stopped right there. So that's going to be my guide for the top. So I'm going to use the crown section as a guide. So I'm going to isolate the underneath that I don't need. And I'm going to take vertical sections through the top, pulling them back onto the crown. So my crown is 90 degrees from the head. That's where we left off. You can see the underneath. And I'm just going to join that onto it. Now, this side of the parting, I want it to be heavier. So I'm going to use maximum over direction now. I'm going to bring all of these sections back into this first one here. So my section size can be larger because it's a stationary guideline. I could pull all of this in one section if I wanted to, but you see all that curvature to the head shape? It's very difficult to organize the hair and make sure it's perfect by doing that. If it was flatter, then I would do. So there's my guide. So I'm literally just placing the roof on top of the underneath. Bringing everything back. Stationary guideline. Coming towards the guide. Last section, all of this being brought back onto the crown. Now, if you're not sure where the crown is at 90, put your mirror here. Turn her around like I have done for you so that you can see exactly where I'm pulling to. So, did I layer while maintaining an outline? Let's have a look. Oops. Still got my bob line all the way through. It's not changed. So now let's do this side. So we'll turn her around. We'll come over here now. So I have to do less over direction on this side than what I did this side. But if you notice, my parting comes to the center back. The reason for that is so that I have an even back area. If I have a parting that's a straight line that comes straight back, then I'm going to have one side that's going to be shorter than the other in the back. That's kind of like a bald man's comb over flapping in the wind. Do you know what I mean? So from center back to the side, I'm going to make it even. So that's why it comes to the center back, so that I can make the first section on either side the same. So my crown is my guide for this side also. And there it is. You see both sides, I connect them together. Boom, that's that done. Now it changes. Now I don't do anything with that. Now I take my next section and I take the previous. I've left the crown section behind. See, now I'm over directing into my previous section. I'm using less over direction. Again, I'm controlling this haircut. See, I look at it like this. I'd rather customize it to the person than it be some kind of generic thing that I then have to do all sorts of weird stuff afterwards to make it look right. So I'm actually working through precision, balancing a parting. I won't point cut the excess weight out afterwards. That would be a quick fix. It'd last a week. So again, ditch that previous guide. Take the next section. Again, less over direction on the parting side. If you cut it evenly, guys, then it looks like newscaster layers. You know when you watch the news and she's telling you the news, her length's here, but the interior is like that. That's because someone's cut it in the middle and told her she can flip-flop it, all right? You have to balance it to where it's going to be worn. So what I've done is I've worked all the way from the crown to the apex. So I've worked uphill. Now the head shape goes downhill. Not only through the top does it change, it curves here, it also curves this way. So if I continue working the same, I might risk losing this length and outline through the front. So I'm actually going to bring everything back to the apex now so that I can maintain a little bit of that weight and density. If it's too much, I can always take more off. So this is a safety thing. But again, this is not my first rodeo, so I know that this is going to work. Back to the apex. Let's see, did I protect my outline? Is there a bob still there? Did I face frame the bob? No, I kept it intact. So now, let's check the balance. All right, judgment time. So let's look at the same spot where I was before. Now let's look at the difference of these layers. So let's lift them up. See the difference in length? That's about the difference from the parting to the center, isn't it? So now when I do that, it's even. So that's how you balance a side parting. Either way you would do it, it would be the exact same thing. So one side's maximum over direction, the other side is less over direction. And now we've got a really nice layered bob. You could do this longer, but keep in mind that a bob is above the shoulders. Once it's here, it's no longer a bob. The shoulders take care of that. They break it up. All right, so it's up to you. You could do this haircut at this length. It would be the same thing. You would use the same places on the head to over direct to and the same key points on the head to layer from. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you very much.